Hafade, my name is Kiana Brown. I am a project manager at the University of Guam Press. We are here at TheEffect this weekend for our youth multimodal workshop. Our youth interns at the press planned a workshop for young creatives to come together and make art. And so we have an art station where they're teaching how to do watercolor painting and other types of painting. We have a poetry station where youth are getting to do blackout poetry. And then we also have a songwriting station where they're learning how to write their own lyrics and create their own melodies. We're really excited to be here and to encourage the young creatives in our community to put their art out there and hopefully submit to our upcoming youth publication at UOG Press.
Yeah, my name's Ani Castro, and I'm teaching how to express yourself through art and using mood, which includes value and colors.
Hafade, Guahusi Moana San Nicholas, and I was the host for the poetry workshop. So what we worked on was basically blackout poetry, which started as a form of rebellion against violence and war during the First World War and the Second World War. I was even told that it was used whenever someone didn't like a person, like if they made racist remarks, homophobic remarks, they would often just black out the words and then keep the ones that they liked as a form of commentary, yeah. So basically all we did was blackout poetry. We did a little icebreaker where we just wrote down one line and then just made like a whole story and passed the paper around. And yeah, it was really fun and I hope everyone enjoyed it. Sana ma'asi for everyone who came, and yeah.
Hello, my name is Bayan Cabrera, and I am the host of the music workshop that's happening here at Fokai Guam at Tumon. We're here today working with the kids to write songs and engaging with my band called SideQuest. We came all the way from the south, and hopefully we look forward to expand these kids' talents and look forward for more.
Hey guys, thank you very much. Hey. Welcome to TheEffect. My name is Roman Dela Cruz and I'm the curator for this museum. Really appreciate you guys all coming down. Really stoked to work with the UOG Press, Kiana and crew, and DYA and everybody involved, and we're really happy to have you here. This place was designed primarily as a pre-contact cultural museum. So as you see around you, you see the stone tools right here, you see the shell tools right here, you see the pottery, you see the slingstone exhibit, and if you pay attention closely to the screens, if there's a little bit more light, you'll also see that we also put ancestral sites throughout the Mariana Islands available on the screens. So our goal here is we want to bring you together closer to the ancestors. So for a lot of us, including myself, a lot of our pursuits of culture originated from actual contact with a slingstone. In my case, I used to look at slingstones like it was something that our ancestors used to do. So I thought it was this, always put it on the shelf. I always used to put this on the shelf, just imagining, thinking it was only for ancient people. But it was only when I actually felt a slingstone in my hands, an artifact slingstone in my hands. And everybody's seen the Guam flag, right? Now you know what that symbol in the middle is of the Guam flag? Also a tooth bag. What is that? A slingstone. Okay. So we didn't know that now. We didn't know that before. We know that now. So very important for us is when we were studying stone slinging, we found out that there are more than 70 other cultures in the world that sling stones. Before, and then now there are 30 more cultures that are slinging stones for sport. So we looked and we said, none of these guys have sling stones on their flag. So we looked around the world. We're the only people in the world with a sling stone on our national flag. So if we're the only people with sling stone on our national flag, we better be able to sling stones, right? So that's what we said. And we also said we're also not the only people, but we also have a coconut tree on our flag, right? But so we have a coconut tree on our flag, we have to hold this precious close, but we're losing the coconut tree because of the rhino beetle. So we forgot to understand how valuable the coconut is. So by painting these coconuts gold, what it does, it recenters our thinking around the value of the coconut. Did you know that the coconut has something more than, I think, 600 uses for the ancient Chamorro culture? 600 uses. That's why they call it the tree of life. So we paint these coconuts gold, and then we share them around cultural monuments around Tumon. So let's just come this way. The original definition for Fakai was actually first written down in the novena, and it was talking about how Mary was being called on to Fakai her grace to the people. So it actually means to share. So it's crazy because I'd say about 80% of the stuff that comes from here is given out as gifts. So it's always been in the nature of the company to share, even before that we knew that it meant to share. So just so that way you guys know that as we're holding the golden coconuts, so come on through here. And this is the road to Zion. So the road to Zion, Zion is kind of like this metaphor, it's a term that people give kind of like for this heavenly country, but we deliberately call it the road to Zion because they wonder which way is Zion? The way is Zion this way? Is Zion that way? No, Zion's not this way or that way. Zion is this way. It comes from the heart and goes from the mind. So if you develop the right perspective, once you develop the right perspective, that brings you a little bit closer to heaven. So our first phase was we were trying to build as many slingers as possible. The next phase, we were trying to get everybody to sling as good as possible. Our next phase now, we're in the phase of we're trying to get everybody to sling as a group together as possible. And eventually, we're going to be able to get to do that.